Put it on the charger while I'm. Hold on. Put this in here.
You want me to share the show?
Yeah, I'm gonna share it too in a minute. It's loading. God damn, I'm gonna turn up my damn iPad.
We on Kofi, right?
Yeah, Kofi Bite Side TV. Oh. Alright, it's showing up on here. Let me put it on my phone. Damn, take it off here first. Kofi. Peace, Sister Kayla. Peace, peace, peace. Give us just a few minutes to set things up, Sister Kayla. We're gonna get what's up, Brother Zane? Hold on. Y'all help me share the show too.
Did you
Huh?
Oh, never mind. No, I usually be I ain't posted. I ain't see nobody posted the show yet.
Hmm.
I usually be sharing it like that, but I just
I'm finna post it now, man.
yeah, post it.
All right. I just posted and Sutekh just posted it too.
All right.
Like I said, y'all give me a few minutes and we're gonna get to it. I don't know why I didn't do everything, sure. What? Disregard. Oh, share the page, share to groups. That's what I'm trying. Oh, okay. Share the groups, groups.
I'll be glad when they get me off this ban, man. I've been banned from sharing in groups since I did that little Arab presentation.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. For real?
Yeah.
So that's where you been. I was wondering why I ain't seen you posting that.
Yeah, I mean they've been having me banned, and they don't. It's like they don't show my posts on my profile. The posts I post on my profile, it ain't on nobody's timeline.
Wow, you just posting yourself then, huh?
Yeah, I just found that out.
Wow. Yeah, man. Facebook don't be playing. I ain't been banned in a minute. It's been a minute. I think the longest I done been banned from doing the thing was, I think, 2 weeks.
I had to check it. It said me and Sutekh was still friends. I'm like, I ain't seen him on the internet in a minute.
Yeah.
What'd you do?
Man, what I think it is that title. The title of that video, it was called the racist views of the Arab or something like that. Facebook probably blocked me from. Yeah, that's probably what it was.
Damn.
But that's crazy to me. I mean, it be all kind of stuff on there, man. Police killing black folks, they ain't banned.
Hey, get Sean in here.
Naked women on there walking around playing with themselves, they ain't banning none of that stuff. Men being perverted on there, they ain't banning none of that stuff. That stuff just crazy to me, man. But that's Facebook. Hold on, let me get him in here.
Yeah, we need to make.
We trying to share the show, Sean. Hold on.
And Vasa.
I just something said. Look at the chat.
Yeah, I'm about to throw a fit. I'm about to start cussing y'all out in the chat. Ways, man.
I ain't even have my computer. I ain't even have my screen big. I had it like on the little box where you can't even see the chat. Some said open it up.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all something real quick. I've been banned for 3 months from sharing. I can't share nothing, and he's correct. They don't when you make a Facebook post, it don't show on nobody's timeline. And you gotta double check your post, Sutekh, because if you make a post, it may say when you post it, if it's a picture involved, you only. So you need to make sure that it says everyone. But even if you still post it and it still say public, you know what I'm saying? It's not gonna show up in nobody's timeline at all. Because usually when I post something, like at least 6 or 7 people hit me up, and then, you know what I'm saying, and let me know what they thought about the post. But I like, ain't nobody been on my timeline these whole few months. So that's why I ain't been putting nothing on my timeline. I'm gonna tell you what I've been doing. I just been sharing memories in my day post. So when I just been sharing memories, I just share memories on my day posts. And when I do that, you know what I'm saying, all the people, they be viewing my day posts. It be like 200-300 people viewing my day post.
Yeah.
And then they be asking me for the links for the whole post because they can't read the whole day post. And I be like, you're gonna have to go on my memories.
Yeah, on your story. Yeah, they'll show your shit that you post on your story, but on your
they ain't showing nothing on the page. It's a wrap.
I thought I was tripping. I'm like, man, why ain't nobody saying nothing to these posts?
You ain't tripping.
Hey, Sutekh, like, man, ain't nobody messing with me no more.
Man, I've been feeling like that for a while.
Shit.
I was wondering, man. Like I said, I was like, man, I gotta see if we still friends on here, man. I ain't saying this dude.
Hey, man. So I've been having let me ask you real quick, Sutekh and Ra. You remember the story about Jehuti spitting in Ra's eye?
Jehuti spitting in Ra's eye.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't remember that one.
Okay. What I think it's when his eye, his eye got put out or whatever. What about
You said he spit in it? I remember I thought it was
yeah, they got
I thought that was Haru. I thought that was Haru.
Yeah, you're right. Haru, my bad. Yeah, you're right.
All right, I know that story.
All right. So what about dying and resurrecting?
Yeah.
How many deities died and were resurrected in Kemet?
How many?
Yeah.
To my knowledge, just one.
Who was that? Who died and was resurrected?
Was it I believe Asar?
It wasn't Haru?
Nah, it wasn't Haru.
How many immaculate conceptions was in Kemet? Just one?
I mean, where you going, man? You ain't about to slow walk me down the road.
Walk you into Christianity.
Woo!
Where you going, Indy?
I'm just working on my article, dog. I'm just working on my article. That's all. I just had some questions. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even know if you would call that immaculate conception.
Come on, man.
That's why I was like, man, I don't know where this guy going. I mean,
they calling it that.
Not to be taken literal, it's figurative.
But y'all, welcome back to Kofi Pieside TV Families and Affiliate. We got brother Sutekh and Ra Meriaman on the panel. We got brother Eni Harris, Sean Calfunny on the panel. We got Vasa Nicolo Gull on the panel. We got myself and brother Sutekh on the panel. Brother Sutekh will be presenting today. Again, y'all, please like and share the show. Please share the show with those that you think that may be interested in this bill and this information. Um, um, First, I want to say ETM Hotel, Dua Aku, Fatmu Lafayette, Fatmu Riri, Majuba Iba E Gungun, Majuba Iba E Gungun, Majuba Iba E Lakba, Majuba Iba E Lakba, Gungun Kiki Gungun. I always want to give honor and praises to the ancestors, because without the ancestors, we wouldn't be here. We are our ancestors. I also want to give honor and praises to the true and living ancestors out there according to um, African traditions. Again, I look at everything from an African perspective through an African worldview. So everybody that's older than me is not my elder. Um, before Brother Sutekh gets started, um, well, hold on. Let's do this before anybody else doing anything. I should have did this at the beginning of the show. When man becomes possessor of the knowledge of himself, he becomes master of his environment and captain of his own ship, the director of his own destiny, the accomplisher of his own ends. Man should understand himself because man is full of knowledge, and this knowledge is a gift of nature. When Mother Nature created man, she deprived him of nothing. He was given the faculty of understanding all things around him. This faculty for understanding has not been taken away from him. None of his senses have been taken away from him. So there is no excuse for the black man. I'm raising my team, green, black and green, queen, the king, salute, now scream, I share, bring proof another hit, I share, five, I'm raising my team, red, black, and green, queen, the king, salute, now scream, I share, bring proof another hit, I share, five, all right. Anybody got anything for you to get into it? Oh shoot.
Yeah, man, I do. I always got something to say. Apparently, you know what I'm saying. I've been waiting to see what direction brother Sutekh is going to go with this particular presentation. Mr. Niger Valley Civilization himself. Um, uh, we we talk about reptiles in many African traditions, but I'm really interested to see which direction and path you take in this, for the simple fact that this is a good lesson, especially for our children to grasp these concepts, because a lot of these reptiles have been demonized by Eurocentrists whose perspectives have been to connect them to devilish ways or evil ways, or that of poison, you know what I mean, at demeanor. So I'm really interested in to see where you go with this one, brother. Share the show, like the show, tell a friend, and let's see what we can do. You know, support brother Sutekh and his work and what he's doing, and you know, don't let it go unnoticed. He took the time out to put this thing together, and it's a part 2 to this apparently. So let's get to it.
All right. Anybody else on the panel for Brother Sutekh going?
Yeah, one more thing real quick. When the hell you gonna change your hair color?
Don't be a hater all your life, my brother.
Oh, now I'm hating because your shit red. I'm hating. Yeah, you know what I mean, because you gotta wear a thing over your head when you sleep at night because you can't sleep on the pillow. You know what I'm saying? I'm hating, huh? Now I understand that you like. I understand that you like it when your woman playing your hair. I get that. You know what I'm saying? You get to lay back. She get to wash your hair. She get to do what she want to do to it, and all that. And y'all feel like y'all connected. Y'all oneness after you get that line up from your cousin at the barbershop. I get all that. You know what I'm saying? I feel good about it. You feel me? But golly, man, it's been a whole year. 2020, man. It's 2020.
I got
to change the color. You look like a Moor. You look like a Moor right now. You look like a half a Moor. You look like a half a Moor. He got a half a fez on.
That boy is stupid. Go ahead. Anybody else on the pedal band got anything for Sutekh? Go ahead. Sateppa Bossa, anybody? If not, I will go ahead and turn it over.
Nah, let me go ahead and rock and roll. I'm ready.
Uh,
Let me hey Kofi, let me see if I
you can
can
share yours.
yeah, let me see if I can share.
Okay.
That way you ain't gotta keep
All right, I'll stop sharing.
okay, yeah, here we go. Yeah. All right, man. Peace. Peace to the people. Appreciate y'all for coming. Shine in the chat already. uh I ain't gonna keep y'all too long, man. I just wanted to touch on reptiles and African culture. This will be part one. This is dealing with the crocodiles and the chameleons. Hopefully, y'all enjoy this. I enjoy putting it together. So let's get right into it. Reptiles are tetrapod animals in the class Reptilia, comprising today's turtles, crocodilians, snakes, amphisbaenians, lizards, tuatara, and their extinct relatives. The study of these traditional reptile orders, historically combined with that of modern amphibians, is called herpetology. And I show all the different types of reptiles. You got the skink, you got the turtle, the chameleon, the snake, the gecko, the lizard, and the crocodile. Those are the most famous.
Hey, was the gecko giving insurance back in the day too?
This
Shit,
dude.
not, not that I know of. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, let's get into crocodiles first, though. That's a big boy right there too.
Is that Sobek?
Yeah, that's so big. That's so big. And speaking of so big, that'll be the first one I'm gonna get into. That's the most popular. Sobek is the ancient Kemetic natural root of crocodiles. The word Sobek literally means crocodile. And if I'm incorrect, one of my brothers hopefully correct me, but this is what I got from the research that I did. He is associated with the Nile crocodile or the West African crocodile. Sobek is depicted primarily in two ways, either as a man with the crocodile head or just simply as a crocodile. Middle Kingdom seems to be his most prevalent time of worship, although his earliest mention is the Old Kingdom pyramid text of Unis or Winis. Now, as you see, I got images of a crocodile museum in Ombos. If anybody has been paying attention to uh, Sebu Jao on the Seshu channel, he's been speaking of Ombos and Ombos recently. So this came in perfect timing. It's a crocodile museum exhibit in Ombos Temple in Aswan, Egypt. The southern half of the temple is dedicated to Sobek, and the temple was built during the Ptolemaic dynasty. And it is still there today for people to come and see these crocodiles, mummified, unmummified. I think it's super dope. The text of Unis, the text speaks of Unis as if he has become Sobek. Utterance 317 recounts that Unis, as Sobek, came out of the overflow of the flood, and that he causes the grass to become green, bringing green brilliance. Thus, the oldest textual evidence for Sobek associates him with water and fertility. The coffin text of the Middle Kingdom mentions Sobek by name 39 different times, and cylinder seals and figurines of Sobek have been found throughout Kemet. Theophoric names, which is basically theophoric names, are names that incorporate deities. For example, let's see, theophoric names including Sobek in the Middle Kingdom attest to its popularity, such as Sobek Neferu. That's a theophoric name because incorporates a deity, which means beautiful of Sobek, and Sobek Hotep, which means Sobek is satisfied, being the name of 4 different rulers of the 13th dynasty. All right, the Malagasy people of Madagascar believe that crocodiles live in communities similar to humans, and that misbehavior towards crocodiles will result in internal discipline or an attack on humans, and vice versa. Certain clans, particularly from Bantu cultures, have claimed to have special relationships with crocodiles, adopting them as their totem animal. Some examples include Bechuana clans and Pongwe people in Gabon, Dangomba, Kankombo, and Kassina peoples of northern Ghana, and some Dinka and Nuer clans. The origin the origin stories of such clans vary. In some cases, crocodiles saved the clan's ancestors from attack or other adversities. For example, the Karanko of Sierra Leone and the Katab of central Nigeria, and others such as the Kwatos of the Toto area of Nigeria. Important individual ancestors had special relations with crocodiles or could turn into crocodiles and assume their powers. Several newer lineages had crocodile totems, and in one case, the lineage's ancestor was twin born with the crocodile. Members of the crocodile clans were supposed to enjoy immunity from attack. However, violating taboos such as killing or eating crocodiles could bring about misfortune, ranging from deformed children to the destruction of the clan. So these people basically see the fortune of their clan via the treatment of these crocodiles.
So the Nura people. I'm familiar with the Nura people,
Right.
and the totem is the crocodile. And I mentioned this earlier today, and I mentioned this before. Um, a lot of the different tribes, their totems are always different animals, and they use the
Hmm.
different animals for different reasons. Whatever particular characteristic they may like, um, of the animal, or a certain thing that the animal do, or whatever the case may be. They are prohibited from killing this animal that is a part of their totem, and prohibited from um eating um the
Right.
animal that represents their clan.
Right. Because a lot of these clans, they believe their ancestors can come through or to the physical world via the crocodiles. So yeah, they don't harm these crocodiles at all. It brings them bad luck. In Bazole, Burkina Faso, crocodiles are revered members of the community and even have funeral services in case of their death. I wish I could have put a video here. What they do in Burkina Faso and Bazule, if I'm saying that correct, they live basically in unison with these crocodiles. They swim with them, they feed them. You can see pictures of them actually sitting on these crocodiles' back. That's what they do. As you see the young brother right here, he's looked like he's about to hop on this one's back. But that's what they do. They stand over them and squat down on their back.
Wow. So Tip and Rod, you'll see one of them pull up on the shores, man. You gonna go over there and squat down over there with it?
It's over.
I'm not going nowhere near it. I ain't getting close because them things kind of fast too.
Yeah,
Oh
it
yeah,
is.
very fast.
Yeah, you got to be one with nature over there, and that got to be a part of your culture for you to feel that.
Right. But one of the dudes, man, got ate up.
A lot of them get ate up.
Yeah, a lot of them. But them kids, though, they know that they have to stay either in front of the alligator or like he is on the back of the alligator. Because as soon as that alligator make eye contact and they can only see from the sides, they'll tear your behind up. I don't know if you knew this, Sutekh, but I actually put a post on the Mossy Warrior Clan like page regarding the alligators. There was a story behind it. You probably could have put in here. I don't know, but this going good so far. So I like it.
You appreciate that. But yeah, man, I can't do it. And Tep, you said it perfectly. You gotta be one with nature. That lets you know how one with nature that our brothers and sisters on the continent is, and how far removed from it we are. Cause I can't. I'm out of there. If I see one, I'm out of there. I ain't playing no games. All right. At the community level, crocodiles were also important as intermediaries with the ancestors. I was just speaking about this. This is particularly associated with the origin myths in which the first man or ancestor emerged from deep pools, as in Shona or Venda religious traditions. Crocodiles as amphibious animals link the world below with the world above. A number of Bantu peoples of southeastern Africa were reported to regard crocodiles as spiritually significant animals, and their ancestors could visit them in the form of a crocodile. Thus, crocodiles should be protected unless they have behaved unusually meaning dangerously, in which case they could be driven away or even killed if necessary. According to Besterman, some southern African peoples, including the Awemba or the Bemba and the Barotse or the Lotse of Zambia and the Matabele of southern Zimbabwe, believed that they could be reborn into certain animals, including crocodiles. For some groups, crocodiles symbolize social and political authority and power. This has long been the case in parts of West Africa where crocodiles adorn many of the famous Benin bronzes of the 16th and 17th century. Crocodiles are associated with the founder of the kingdom of Baule, Queen Abrapoku, and when Felix Hafouet Boigny created a capital for Ivory Coast at Yama, Yamoussoukro, he created the crocodile field moat around the presidential palace. So basically, this queen dug a ditch, or for this presidential palace around it was dug a ditch, and crocodiles was kept in it. Ain't nobody trying to cross paths with no crocodiles. So that was a pretty smart idea. And on the right, you see a bronze relief from the Benin Kingdom. It's a crocodile, and it has a mudfish in its mouth. It's from the Edo people of the Benin Kingdom, circa 1530 to 1570. These were some of the bronzes that were stolen by the British, and they're still in museums today. All right, I think I got some of this slide cut off, but we'll work with what we got. Crocodiles have long been associated with spiritual power. In West Africa, crocodiles have been identified with deities who rule springs and rivers, and as aquatic beings are thought to be revealers of truth. One of the most striking contemporary manifestations of the association of crocodiles with water divinities is the hybrid figure known as Mommy Water or Mother Water, an unmistakable mermaid figure. Her image first appears on a late 15th century ivory salt cellar fashioned for the Portuguese by a Sapi carver on Sherbro Island. The Sapi are a group of people or clan or tribe on Sherbro Island, which is Sherbro Island that I believe is off the coast of Sierra Leone, I want to say. The assumption is the European offered a mermaid image as a subject which was Africanized with the addition of two flanking crocodiles, popular in the delta regions of Nigeria from the late 1800s. The cult of Mami Water spread as far south as the Congo. She has been evoked as a protective spirit against oil companies in the Ogoni sector of Nigeria of the Niger Delta. In other regions, she is regarded as a temptress, evoking greed, sex, and I cut that slide off. I apologize to the people. Let's go. Let's keep it moving though. And this slide is cut off. Hold on.
You had, I guess you enlarging it too much. You expanded the slide too big.
Yeah, you have to hit escape and then go back into it and just cover up the font and then minimize it down by one.
Yeah.
Aftermath
Yeah.
of the Oduduwa political takeover.
Yeah. It's gonna be at the bottom. You know what we talking about at the bottom, the little thing at the bottom where you can slide it.
Or
Yep.
just no, don't do that. Yeah, you would have to either unshare and edit, or they can just watch you edit. Hold on, what you on your iPad?
Yeah.
Okay. So did you do the presentation in clips or not clips? Keynote.
It's PowerPoint.
There's
Right?
PowerPoint.
You got PowerPoint on your iPad?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh shit, you hard. Is it free?
Yep. Yeah, it came with it.
Yeah, I got Keynote.
Me too. I got Keynote. I ain't got PowerPoint on my iPad.
I got an iPad Pro though. I got all the good stuff on mine. Yeah, you have to go into presentation to change your font level in PowerPoint. So you have to hit escape. Well, you can't hit escape on your thing. You would have to I think it's a button on your iPad that you can hit to like end your sharing.
Yeah.
And then go in there and edit it. But if you cool, you think you can continue on, it's up to you.
Okay, hold on. Let me unshare and then share again. I made that fonts a little smaller, so it should be able to see it.
All right.
Hey, by the way, while you doing that, man, I do want to say, hey, Rumasu Nefer, Sin Damo, Sin E Damo. Had a birthday boy, you know what I'm talking about. So, Mr. Birthday Boy, Hotel.
Yeah, happy birthday, man. Happy birthday. We were just talking about you, I think a week or might have been 2 weeks ago. Talking about you where you been. I said I wanted to give you a call, man.
Yeah, I was talking to him last night. He was asking me who was Black Rob. That dude was talking bad crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wanted to say, I was thinking when he was talking about the crocodiles, how they dug that trench or whatever it's called and had the crocodiles in there. The Europeans adopted that.
Yep. You talking about with the castles and stuff?
Yeah, with the castles. They adopted that, and then they had that bridge that'll lower it down.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's crazy. I ain't know that, so I'm definitely soaking it in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hey yo, hey, I gotta ask y'all a question real quick while he's still doing it. Have y'all seen that little meme with the little cat? The lady pointing at the screen, she said, "Your trunk is rattling," and then the cat sticking out of Malibu that's sitting on some trues and bowls. It said this whole beating big. It looked like Kofi with the do rag on his head.
That ain't funny, man.
Yo, I gotta show y'all this. This is some funny stuff.
So I'm gonna
You
just
good?
go this way, share my screen.
Okay, let's roll.
If you can't fix it, I got yours still up, so I can share yours and finish it if you can't.
So Kofi got all kind of, you don't know.
Whatever.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
You got it?
Yeah, I got it. Yes. Okay. So I'm gonna start from that last slide that I didn't get to finish. So okay, we were talking about mammoth water. I'm gonna just read the whole slide over again. The assumption is the European offered a mermaid image as a subject, which was Africanized with the addition of two flanking crocodiles. Popular in the delta regions of Nigeria from the late 1800s, the Kota Mami water spread as far south as the Congo. She has been evoked as a protective spirit against oil companies in the Ogoni sector of the Niger Delta. In other regions, she is regarded as a temptress, evoking greed and sex and served by evil crocodiles, though others interpret her as a symbol of feminine agency and power in a male-dominated society.
I didn't wow, I didn't know that, man. With Mama Wata, it says she has been invoked as a protection spirit against the oil companies, and we know there's a lot of oil companies out there in Nigeria.
Yep.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's what I said, man. This was one of the most interesting presentations I put together. I learned a lot from this too. All right, let's keep going. In Nigeria, a crocodile carving is integrated into a stone cola nut box from Ore, a vessel context appropriate to the identity of crocs with the ideas of reciprocity. This role is seen in the Yoruba proverb, don't insult the crocodile until you have crossed the river. Another proverb speaks to the threat posed to the crocodile by a small fish, which the Yoruba called a koko niko, that has a spike-like projection on its spine that expands when in danger. This fish is a deadly danger to the crocs that consume it. Hence, this is the proverb: the small fish that kills the crocodile but does not eat it. This speaks to the fact that even something or someone that is small and seemingly insignificant can intimidate and outmaneuver something far more powerful, and also even large, dangerous predators face risk. Crocodiles are also prominent in Ogboni cloth patterns, and Ogboni is the secret society of Yoruba elders. I did a presentation on Kofi Pasa TV about the identity of the Yorubas, and I went into the Ogboni society. So you can check back on that to get a little more understanding on who or what the Ogboni society is. But crocodiles are also important or also prominent in Ogboni cloth patterns because of this association's importance in preserving the rights of indigenous landowners in the aftermath of the Oduduwa political takeover. Here we have, excuse me, a Yoruba box, probably that held cola nuts for serving guests or as a or as offering on a shrine. Typical of Ijebu region symbolism, it does not represent a single animal, but rather the concept of transformation, combining the spots of the leopard with the jaws of the crocodile. Both animals are dangerous, rulers of their separate rulers of their separate worlds of jungle and river, and thus appropriate for an object that plays up the status of its owner. Okay, a crocodile carved out of stone was documented by Frobenius and others in Motakiki area of Ife, a part of the cities long associated with with its indigenous occupants and their temples. Willett suggests that this latter crocodile originally may have been a part of the Ijube temple complex dedicated to the Obatala linked Orisha of agriculture. At Ife, Chief Woye Asiri, one of the priests identified with Ife's Igbo Iwinrin group. I don't know if I said that correctly, but it's charged with overseeing both the city springs and wetlands where crocodiles sometimes live with ancient, sometimes lived in the ancient agricultural market. Crocodiles in modern era have been identified more broadly among the Yoruba with the Orisha Olusa, whose watery domain includes the lagoon. As Alfred Burdon Ellis explains, crocodiles are Olusa's messengers and may not be molested. They are supposed to bear the goddess the offering deposited here for her. In time, here and in other places, have some crocodiles became sufficiently tame to come for the offerings as soon as they see or hear worshipers gathering at the bank. That's crazy. These some crocodiles have basically like half become like half domesticated throughout so much interaction with these humans on a regular basis. They would become tame when the worshipers come to the banks because more than likely they know they about to get some food, but that's still incredible. And I have a crocodile head from the Owo clan of Yoruba people on the right hand side there. This little image. I'm a visual person. Now we're gonna move on to chameleons. The standard cartoon of a chameleon shows its changing color from green to red to plaid. In Africa, the message is more complex. The chameleon is a common symbol of transformation. Such power can be harnessed both by the witch, the one who causes harm, and the witch hunter, the one who protects, healer, diviner, or ruler. I didn't pick these words, which we know that words like this come from a European origin, and a lot of them have been imposed and adapted or adopted by the people. Um, but we're just gonna roll with it for what it's worth. Visually, this concept is expressed by changing form, as well as color. The Yoruba kola nut box, for instance, depicts a chameleon transforming into a lizard. And it's what I have on the right hand side there. The chameleon turning into a leopard. I said a lizard, but a leopard. She has the leopard head, and the curved tail is signifying of the chameleon. This box probably held cola nuts for serving guests or as offering on a shrine. The curling tail identifies it as a chameleon because it moves carefully so as not to attract predators. The chameleon is often used as a symbol of wisdom in African societies. Here, the chameleon powers of transformation are emphasized as the creature changes into a leopard.
Hey, I'm gonna ask not the panel, but the chat. Cola nuts. Um, what cola nuts are used for in the chat? I mean, I gave you one instance today of what cola nuts, but we done talked about cola nuts. I don't know on this channel or on my see one of them before. We done talked about them on this channel and my a few times, but just to see if people you mentioned cola nuts and I
Yeah,
mentioned
it's been
today.
talked about enough times for them to know something.
Yeah. So what is can anybody in the chat tell me, give me one instance of what cola nuts are used in Africa? They're used for many, many things, but can somebody give me one of what cola nuts is used for? Let's see, I know it's a delay. Let's see. Somebody, I mean, and I mean, and some people that's on here today, there was on here earlier today, on here now. So I mean, if you don't remember, us mentioning it numerous and numerous of times, you know, and you was on here today, you should know. I mean, I told you what they use cola nuts for, um, in Senegal, dealing with the Badek people.
The Usare says shea butter.
Okay. He
Yeah,
says
name ceremony.
naming ceremony. Lisa Dunn, she says chocolate. Given for marriages. Okay, no doubt. It wasn't that. See, he was paying attention today too. Um, Omega Sunlight. He was paying attention. That was one I gave away today. They used as a diary. The Badak boys used that also as a method of showing interest for the women and giving cola nuts as well as cattle and other things. So I don't know about chocolate, Lakeisha, Sister Lakeisha.
Yeah, I think she's talking about a cocoa.
Yeah, the cocoa plant.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, they big over there in cocoa, especially in West Africa.
Okay.
Yeah, they got them in South America too.
Okay.
What kind of healing principle does a cola nut give?
Get you high. I'm just playing.
Lost me with that one.
It says it sweetens the breath. Some people know they paying attention a little bit.
All right, Kofi. You're paying attention.
I say, what about the caffeine? What you mean, brother boss?
Don't it have caffeine in it? Or they can get extra caffeine?
Okay, yeah, it does. It does. Yeah.
I'm Google some stuff. They use it for. They use it. I think they use it for currency too, don't they?
Yeah, they didn't use it for currency. Yep. You've been paying
But
attention
nobody
to.
ain't said divine in here.
Hey, Kofi, I always be listening.
Yep, and that was my main thing. I thought that was what one was gonna say too. Sutekh was a lot of the diviners use them for doing their divination system. So they use that's what I thought most people was gonna say. Yeah, they sweet and bitter too, Chapes. I had never tasted them, but Brother Ben told us that he done tried them and he said that they are sweet and very bitter. So yeah, you done tried one, Chapes? But he go ahead, man. I ain't mean to
Nah, you good. All right. Many African peoples find the chameleon's ability to eventually reach its destination noteworthy. Ashanti proverbs and weights extol this feature, as do the Sinufu people who say the chameleon walks as though he was present at the creation of the earth when the ground was soft and shook. It was often the chameleon that carried the message of death into the world. In Africa, you will find mature people who do not fear elephants, lions, or leopards, trembling like frightening babies in the presence of a lowly creature such as a chameleon. The poor chameleon, excuse me, the poor chameleon is believed to possess the power to spit at a human eye and cause it to dissolve into liquid, leaving a terrifying rotten socket in its place. So they're really terrified of these chameleons. You see my brother over here? He got a flap neck chameleon. He's in safari guide in Tanzania, and he's just checking out the lizards. All right, I'm almost done with y'all, man. Stay with me. The most feared creature throughout southern Africa is not the lion, nor the crocodile. It is not the mighty elephant, nor the furious rhinoceros. No, the most feared creature in all of southern Africa is the chameleon. People believe so many strange things about this humble little creature. People who would stand unflinching in the face of a lion will run screaming if you put a chameleon down the necks of their shirts. And there are many, many strange and rather unfounded beliefs about the chameleon. People say that a chameleon has got spittle that is so poisonous that it can eat your skin to the bone should it spit at you. Which is crazy. I don't know where that comes from, but ooh, they seem to be pretty terrified of these chameleons.
Wonder what chameleon got that on. He be spitting like that.
I don't know. I ain't never heard of that. For somebody to be not unbothered by a lion or elephant, but you terrified of a chameleon. I don't know. It must be some. It must be the superstition of the culture or the mythology of the culture. But yeah, I got a 19th to 20th century Yoruba chameleon headdress on display by the Ijebu people, the Ijebu clan of Yoruba. And it kind of looks like a crocodile or a gator, but by the way the tail curves up, that would signify a chameleon. And also, you see the ridges on his back, that will also signify.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's interesting because you look at oh, I can't think of the name of the ethnic group in Kenya, but it's in Kenya in East Africa. There is a ethnic group. I don't want to say it's the Kikuyu. God, I forgot this other group that's there. Their totem is the chameleon. Their chameleon they love the chameleon. They're not afraid of the chameleon. Like I say, it's one of their totems, and the totem is very revered, and it's a part of their mythology story. Well, part of their folklore story. The chameleon. I can't think of the name of the ethnic group. It's escaping my mind, but I know they reside in Kenya.
you probably talking about the Kikuyu. You
It
probably
might
talking
be.
about them.
It might be them.
Yep, because I think I got something in here about that too. Let's see. This sense of balance is also shown in the wood headdress and a faux drummer wears at the funeral of a noble or important village elder. A chameleon rests atop a rooster's comb, which refers to the drummer who is called Ekpeshi or Featherman. Antelope horns are also visible on the sides of the headdress. A myth about the origin of death involving the chameleon is common in most Bantu cultures. According to this myth, God sent the chameleon to announce to men that they would never die. The chameleon went on this mission, but he walked slowly and stopped along the way to eat. Sometime after the chameleon had left, a lizard went to announce to men that they would die. Being much quicker than the chameleon, the lizard arrived first, thus establishing the mortal nature of man. As a consequence of this myth, both chameleons and lizards are often considered bad omens in Bantu cultures. So, because of the mythology and the role of the chameleon and the lizard in the mythology of particular Bantu cultures, not all of them, that they are looked at as bad luck or a bad omen. Something similar to a black cat in European cultures. Depending on local traditions, there are different explanations for the double message of the chameleon and lizard. In some cases, God sends both the chameleon and lizard with their respective omens, intentionally committing mankind's destiny to the outcome of their race. In some other cases, the lizard eavesdrops the orders God gives to the chameleon and chooses to bring the opposite message out of envy. In still other cultures, after having sent the chameleon, God changes his mind as a consequence of the bad behavior of mankind. Missionaries, check this out. Missionaries have often adapted the myth of the chameleon to evangelize Bantu Africans. The chameleon who brings the good news of eternal life to mankind is thus equated to Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's crazy. You know, they do that a lot. And this is why I'm a firm believer now that we should not compare our cultures, which is African cultures, African American cultures, to outside foreign cultures, because this is what they're doing already. We know missionaries is doing that, Europeans is doing that, Arabs did that. So we have enough of that already. We have enough outsiders coming in trying to synchronize their mythology or their religion or their culture with ours or those of Africans on the continent, and it has altered the traditional or indigenous mythology or the traditional and indigenous culture of the people. So to the point where it makes it now difficult in some areas to decipher what is indigenous and what has been influenced. But yeah, that's crazy. Equating the chameleon that brings good news of eternal life to Jesus Christ. This is why I said you probably talking about the Kikuyu people, Kofi, because this chameleon is called the Kikuyu three-horned chameleon, and aka the Jackson's chameleon. We know Europeans got to have they say so, but in Africa, this is called the Kikuyu three-horned chameleon. So this is probably the Kikuyu is probably who you were referring to. And just to reiterate this common mythology involving the chameleon, Nkulu, which is the supreme being or supreme deity, if you will, for the Amazulu people. Nkulu puts forth an idea and afterwards it has a life of its own. For example, death is explained through a story in which Nkulu sent Chameleon to Earth with a message that humans would not die. But before he reached the people, Chameleon stopped to eat fruit. Nkulu became angry and sent Lizard with a message to humanity that said humans will die. Lizard got to Earth and humanity before Chameleon and delivered the message that Nkulu had decreed death, or maybe that he, excuse me, or maybe that he had ordered that humans would be mortal, therefore hinting at the mortality of humans. This is what mythos. This is the purpose of mythos. This is what mythos is created for, to explain things in the natural world. Why do people die? Now you got the mythos of the chameleon and the lizard, and so many of these cultures explaining why people die.
You are absolutely correct. I've been saying that for a while now. I have it in one article, and I'm gonna have it in. I keep hating to keep, well mentioning in my new article that'll be out. I'm going a little bit more into detail, but about the mythos and why I make the statement in the article that all myths, folk tales, folklores, creation stories are made in the minds of men and women. Those are questions that they answered by asking questions. So this is how a lot of the mythos came into existence, or what we call religion, or what we call the way of life, or the way of the ancestors, or African spirituality, whatever the traditions. This is how the things came into play. Them started to look at things in nature and wanted to know why this and why that. So they began to answer their questions by explaining it in these mythos.
Right? Exactly. And that's another reason why we should not look at these mythos or these stories as literal. I know this has been like, something, the controversy that's been recently taking place about if certain mythos are literal, or did the people look at them as literal. But with stories like this, you should be able to know that these people didn't look at this as literal. It was just a story to explain why this is happening or why that is happening, why things take place in nature. All right, I got one more slide, man. The Mensa of Ethiopia believe chameleons to have medicinal or healing properties. The chameleon would be placed on top of a person's head or on the head of a person who had a headache. When the chameleon changed colors, this meant that it had taken the ailment into itself. The chameleon was then thrown away, taking the headache with it. So these people believe that the chameleon would absorb sickness, illness, disease, whatever ailment that you had going on with you, and they would take the chameleon and sit it on top of their head, and for as long as it takes for the chameleon to change colors, that's where it would be on top of your head. And when that chameleon changed colors, these people are have the belief that whatever ailment or sickness or disease that this person had, that it is no more. The chameleon has taken it on. So then they let the chameleon go on about his business. According to the fawn, the smooth skin of the chameleon reflected what was happening behind people's back. When enemies came from behind, their approach would be reflected in the chameleon's skin. Therefore, the great god Mawulisa, Mawulisa is, uh, excuse me, a deity of voodoo. the great god Mawulisa sent a chameleon to Earth with the first humans to protect them. So we see a lot of mythos with the chameleon, or a lot of creation stories, to be specific, with this chameleon.
Yeah, who to the chat real quick. Who is Mawa? Well, never mind. It's saying the great God. Cause I just be trying to throw out little things to see if the chat be paying attention. Cause like I say, a lot of them follow us, whether it's on here, Kofi Paisai TV, on Master Warrior Clan. So I mean, a lot of this stuff that we be repeating, and this is Mawa Lisa is on Kofi Paisai TV, one of the presentation, as well as a presentation on Master Warrior Clan, where I talked about Mawa Lisa on both channels. But yeah, you already. I was just finna throw out a little question. Hello, I know what I want from. Well, go ahead, man.
Yeah, okay, yeah, and on the right here we have a hair comb, which I think is dope, super dope. A hair comb adorned with a chameleon on the top from the ballet subgroup of the Akan people. And you will see hair combs, hair picks, like I call them picks, a lot like this in Africa, with the with a certain animal on top of the comb or on top of the pick. I think the earliest one that I have found was from pre-dynastic Egypt, and they have a comb with the set animal on top of it, just like this chameleon is on the top. They have a comb that they found from pre-dynastic Egypt that has the set animal on top. So this is something that you'll see a lot all throughout Africa, and I think it's dope. All the way to, I mean, we didn't when we got here, we didn't use animals, but we got the black pig with the fist. So I mean, it's something similar.
Yeah, I'm finna look at Damo said the what is it? I think it's the L1. It might be the L1 glyph. I'm looking at L1 glyph. Brother Zane said he know what he getting from PetSmart. So I guess he's talking about the the chameleon. He going to get it a chameleon. So when he get a headache, he put the chameleon. Is that what you refer to, Brother Zane?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. Put it
I
on
think
top of
people
something.
have pet chameleons, but you have to have a certain space for them. They have to be in like foliages and leaves, and you gotta have like sprinklers coming down and all that. But man, if you can do it, that'll be dope. That'll be
Yeah,
super dope.
yeah. It's yeah, the Geico is one of the reptiles in the glyphs in the sesh. Um, it's Asha'a, if I'm saying it right. Asha. That it means Geico or Kin Kentasu. Kentasu means lizard. So Hasha means gecko. Uh, Kentasu means lizard, and it is the I1 glyph in the Gardner codes. If anyone follow me when I'm talking about the Gardner codes for the glyph, it's
Omega Sun says it's the scarab beetle, the L1 glyph.
no, the I1 glyph is, I'm looking at it now. It's the Geico or the lizard, and then the reptile is the I3 glyph. It's uh Mashi Mashu. If Mashu, is that Mashu? Yeah, Masich. I'm mispronouncing it, but that's what it is. This the I3 uh glyph in the sesh or in the garden or in the Gardner code.
Yeah, that's all I have for y'all today, man. Until part two, which I already have ready. Long as anything don't happen in between time, I might probably be able to come back next week on the weekend and put this part two out. But these are my sources. Check all of them out, screenshot them. I would recommend reading all of them because it's a lot of interesting information in it. A lot of interesting information.
And I recommend um, a source on here that you will see a lot dealing with us. I forgot to put my sources up when I did my last presentation today, but a lot you will see
The Encyclopedia of African Religions.
yeah, African religion. You will see that a lot. I recommend everybody to get that book by Malife Kente Ashante and Amazulu, Ama something. I can't remember the last name, but that's a powerful book to have.
Mazama.
Yeah, that's a great book to have. You see, I done referenced that book a lot. Brother Sean referenced that book a lot. Brother Ben has referenced that book a lot. That is a great book to have, and
It
it's a
is.
pretty expensive book. That may be something I think that we probably could do. I think what we should do is I think we should put together like a bunch of questions between uh, what I presented, Sean presented, Sutekh presented, Satepinrod presented, Vasa presented. I think we should like just gather like 5 questions from something that we probably did. And I think we should put it out there. I think that'd be dope. And we put it out there, let's see, at least 25 to 30 questions, 5 questions a piece between the both of us. And whoever get the highest grade, I think we should give them that book because if you go and look this book up, this book is a pretty expensive book. You know what I'm saying? It's a pretty expensive book, and I have the book as well as the PDF. So, and the PDF it's not that high. But it's expensive too, for the what's the name? So, um, I think we should do that and then give away the book. The person that had the highest, what's the name? Because like I said, somebody might can't afford the book. Um, so we can send them the PDF or the book. I ain't sending my book. We'll send them the PDF. We'll send them the
Yeah.
PDF. So, if that's something y'all want to do, man, we could do.
Yeah, that sound dope.
You know?
That sound dope. That or like something to where you bring in subscribers. The more subscribers you bring in, or the people, the person that bring in the most subscribers, whatever, however y'all want to do it, it sound dope to me though.
Yeah. Yeah. Shoot, I'm trying to scroll
Yeah,
back, but I don't see anybody else got any questions in here. Chavis must got his book by him. What you he got Chavis, what you got your beginner's introduction book by you or your Vegas open up? He went straight to it. Went straight to it. He said fire presentation too, brother Sutekh.
yeah, appreciate that, Chambers, bro.
Yeah, man. But we appreciate, man, y'all for tuning in, man. I don't see any more questions, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. My same spiel, y'all could be doing anything else with y'all time, man. But y'all tuned in to to see what we had to say, man. I know a lot of people are finna get ready to try to jump over there to brother uh Uncle Kid's channel. I just seen he just went live or whatever, man. So I know y'all finna jump on over there. I'm through with the chats. I done had enough YouTube this weekend. I watched a SARS. I watched an hour and a half of a SARS. I stayed on the panel with Uncle Kit for about 3 hours. Came back and did something today, and then came back again. Let my brother get in this good presentation, man. I'm through with YouTube today. I'm, I'm done.
I
Yeah,
might check in there, but I think I'm about done too, man. I'm about to give me something to eat, and chill, relax.
it is.
Appreciate y'all for coming through, man. I know
Yeah.
y'all could have been, like bro said, y'all could have been anywhere. Y'all could have been watching the game. Y'all could have been over there at Aunt Show right now. But yeah, appreciate y'all for coming through, man. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe.
Yeah. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Y'all, anybody on the panel, y'all got something, man, before I close out the show? I guess not, man. But all right, well, peace and Black African Power family. Dua, Duau, Modupe, Moriwi. We'll see y'all next week, man. CMM Hotep. CMM Hotep just means depart in peace, y'all. Peace, 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 peace.